Michigan Out of Doors Online is brought to you in part by
Animals have the ability to smell scent half a mile away. But what good is an attractant if the animals have to be close to smell it? Introducing an industry-first vapor system. Vapor lasts longer and travels farther. Wind Scent by Fourth Arrow. Active vapor for deadly success.
Hey everyone, welcome to Michigan Out of Doors. We've got a brand new show for you this week, and this time of year there is so much going on, so many different outdoor opportunities. A lot of times we don't think of vertical jigging for walleye. That's exactly what we're going to do. Take you down to the Detroit River, chasing after some walleyes.
That is going to be a cool story. And then of course there's bow hunting going on right now. So our own Jordan Brown was in northern Michigan at a bow camp on public land. You won't want to miss that. We're also going to have an early morning, kind of a fast and furious duck hunt from the opening day of that season. Lots of good stuff. You stay tuned. I'm Jimmy Gretzinger.
And I'm Jenny Olson, and it's time for Michigan Out of Doors.
From the first spring rains to the soft summer breeze, dancing on the pine forest floor, the autumn colors catch your eyes. Here come the crystal winter skies. It's Michigan, Michigan Out of Doors. Someday our children all will see this is their finest legacy, the wonder and the love of Michigan. As the wind comes whispering through the trees, the sweet smell of nature's in the air. From the Great Lakes to the quiet stream, shining like a sportsman's dream, it's the love of Michigan we all share.
Michigan Out of Doors is presented by Country Smokehouse, a sportsman's meat processor and Michigan destination since 1988. Offers a variety of homemade smoked meats and Michigan-made products in-store and online. The Country Smokehouse features an outdoor barbecue and bar. Details at countrysmokehouse.com. By G5 Outdoors, makers of the Quest and Prime bows, manufactured and designed in Memphis, Michigan. G5 offers a line of archery bows, broadheads, and accessories. On the web at g5outdoors.com. By KL Outdoor, a Muskegon manufacturer of sportsman's outdoor products for over 30 years, featuring the Terrain line of hard-sided hunting blinds designed for quick setup and removal with quiet operation. For more information and other products, kloutdoor.com.
Michigan-based Vanguard manufactures an array of binoculars, ranging in size and design, and backed by a lifetime warranty. Discover Vanguard sporting optics at vanguardworld.us.
In early October, we headed out of a marina on Lake St. Clair and made a brisk trip down to the mouth of the Detroit River in search of some fall walleye. Dave Schatzberg was joined by his dad, Dave Sr., fishing buddy Sam Randazzo, and Sam's 13-year-old son, Joey. These guys have been fishing together for many years now. They got right to it, jigging out here on the Canadian side of Peace Island. They were hammering the fish right off the bat. The only problem was the fish were sheephead instead of walleye. Well, we're on the fish.
Yeah, it's not the right ones.
So, Dave, this is not your typical jigging boat for walleye.
No, not at all.
What's the story?
It's all we have right now. But it's a little bigger than normal. Normally use a 21-foot Ranger walleye boat with a bow mount trolling motor. This one we're just kind of using the back motors, but it worked all right today.
Yeah, it sure did.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yes,
there we go.
On the board with an actual walleye. That's a nice one too.
Nice Jim Dandy there.
See that thing. All right, what's your color?
Have the antifreeze head with the root beer tail. Caught him on a stinger hook.
Yeah. How long do you think you've been fishing out here? How many years?
I've started jig. I've been fishing on this river probably since mid '70s, but jig fishing exclusively since '87, and that's when I started jig fishing. Nobody else was doing that. That's when just a few of us started back then, and so I've been doing it ever since. I used to wire line it for years, and it came to where it wasn't any fun anymore. So I went to this and fell in love with it. Yeah, stinger hook these days on this river is the only way to go. We have a tendency to use a little bit heavier bait, and the fish can't suck them in as easy as they can the light stuff. So the stinger hook is where it really comes into effect. The vast majority of our fish we catch here with the stinger hook. Small guy.
Well, hey, it's a walleye.
And it'll eat real well.
Sam had one on next, and we wondered what it was.
I don't know. It's a good question. It's a good question. I'm feeling it though. It's a walleye.
Nice.
There you go. Sam's showing up for the party.
Get you on the board now.
Whoa, showing up for the party. I'm sorry.
Got a double over here, Jen.
Ooh, a double. A double what?
I don't know. That's a good question. This feels like an eye.
Might be the same
You guys caught each other.
we did.
We did. We got the same fish.
No way. Who gets credit?
That's my hook.
Okay. You got him. It looked just like a springtime Detroit River out here, with lots of jigging boats and handliners working the river. Sam likes putting fish on the dinner table, but has a bigger reason for being out here.
Yeah, spend as much time with my kid as I can. You know, Big Davey keeps his boat over at Gregory Marine, so we can get over there, get fishing for a couple hours, go back, go to school and work and everything else, and it works out pretty good.
You guys do a lot of fall fishing here, eh?
Now there was a lot of boats up front. You know, fall fishing comes back. It's not as busy as it is in the spring, but then you got all the deer hunters getting geared up for that. So
Very good.
the diehards are still poking away at them.
Yeah. So you guys fish together a lot?
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah?
Yes, it's more of a contest every time. Spend a lot of quality time with your kid.
Cool. What's your favorite kind of fishing?
Definitely walleye fishing.
Yeah? This group of guys definitely loves their walleye fishing, and even though they weren't catching the biggest fish out here on the river today, they were enjoying every minute of it. These guys have all had a part in teaching Joey how to jig for walleye since he was a young sprout, and he's developed a passion for it.
I've been fishing basically my entire life.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What do you like about it?
I don't know, it's just like the fish pulling and just the fight, I think.
So what do you think one of the most important things is when you're walleye fishing?
Just to stay vertical. Don't give your line a lot of slack. They've basically taught me how to jig.
Okay. What do you like about fishing with all these guys or with your dad?
Trash talk.
What's the score right now?
It's tied 4-4 right now. I mean, if we're counting like sheephead and everything, then I'm in the lead, but...
Well, these guys have done a great job teaching Joey the fine art of jigging and the time-honored tradition of ripping on your fishing buddies. He was holding his own out here with his elders and was bringing in a steady stream of fish. We moved around a bit today to keep on the fish, and Dave took us to all his favorite go-to spots out here on the river.
So we started up at the mouth of the river in Lake St. Clair, over there in front of Peach Island on the Canadian side, called the Sand Piles. And then we went over, tried that for a while, caught a few fish, then went over to, where were we there, cow pasture, started the cow pasture, which is also Canadian waters. And now we're over by the Windsor Casino and across from the Renset.
The guys continued to pick away at the fish right through high noon. I'm not sure who ended up with the most fish today, but I'll bet if you ask Joey, he'll tell you it was him. I had time to put down the camera for a minute and got on the board with one walleye today too. We all enjoyed this beautiful fall day on the water. So in the middle of small game hunting, waterfowl season, deer hunting, salmon and steelhead fishing, don't forget to make a little time to chase after some Detroit River walleyes this fall. There's nothing quite like enjoying our great natural resources in the shadows of the Detroit skyline. And spending time with friends and family is really what it's all about right here in Michigan's Out of Doors.
Well, as you can see, they had a lot of fun down there on the river, and I had to say something to Jenny because some of those fish looked a little small. Welcome to find out if you're fishing in Canadian water, there is no minimum size limit for walleye, something that you should know. And what we're going to do now is head to northern Michigan, public land, for a great boat camp.
couple of weeks back, I was able to spend some time at a Central Michigan bow camp on state land. One of the unique things about this bow camp is that just about everyone was from out of state, spending their vacation time to do a little hunting and camping here in Michigan.
It's Wednesday, October the 11th or the 12th? October the 11th. We're in Central Michigan, not too far from Beaverton. And we're sitting in a ground blind, which is something that I'm not too accustomed to. We're hunting state land, and our plan was Jordan and I were going to go hunt a climbing stand, our climbing stands, and we got back to where we were going and somebody was hunting there, which is such the luck with state land. But anyway, so we had to back up and punt and come here to this ground blind. I actually set it up yesterday, and what it is basically is it's a big rub line that we found 2 days ago, and we got a real thick patch of autumn olive in front of us, and then we got some maples and aspen and other things right here, and this buck is traveling north and south along here. He's just got it all rubbed up and tore up in here, and this rub line probably goes 200 or 300 yards, and there's probably 30 or 40 trees that are just torn up in here, so we'll see. But
although we did see a few deer that first night, we never had a good shot opportunity. The next day, I learned all about how the camp got started and why these guys love coming up here so much.
So we've been coming up here, I've been coming up here since about 98 was my first year that I came up here. And it's funny how we got started. I didn't really hunt here. I hunted a little further north, but my father and my brother-in-law at the time were coming out here to hunt. And I just decided at one point I wanted to come out here and started to hunt. I started hunting with them. And then my buddies from Kentucky, where I live at now, we always used to take hunting trips. And so finally one day I just asked them, I said, why don't you all come up to Michigan with me, and you can go hunt up there. So that was 2002 or 3, I think, the first trip we came up, and there was 2 of them. That was Doug and Tom came up with me, and they were guys I worked with. And then they had so much fun that we told some of our other buddies, and it just became a tradition. The next year 2 more guys came, and the next year 2 more guys came, so there were 6 of us that were coming up here for a long time. And I've been coming up here, like I said, since 98, and haven't missed a year. And everybody says, well, you guys are from Kentucky, why you guys come up here to hunt? Well, we just come up here to have fun. I mean, we come out here and camp. We have tents and campers, and we just, it's just a good experience to get up here and get away from home and hunt somewhere different. And yeah, the deer are not like what we have at home, but it's not about that. I mean, it's fun to kill, don't get me wrong. We like to kill deer, but the whole experience of camping and being out here is what it's all about. Plus, the terrain's real different than what we have at home. And the smells are different. The Michigan woods has a distinct smell to it, and I still remember it from growing up. So, it's fun, and my dad loves it. My dad, it's his favorite week of the year. I mean, he just loves it when we come up here. So he'd be devastated if we didn't come. He really would. So it's a fun trip. Yeah, today's the 12th of October. We're back in the spot that we hunted yesterday evening. We had a 4-point, what we thought was a 4-point, then the doe and a fawn come in last night. A lot of guys saw deer last night. One guy had a shot opportunity with his crossbow, but he hit a limb and sent his arrow flying. So it's state land hunting. It's not like the private farms we have at home where we know them and we've hunted them for years and we know what the deer do year in and year out. It constantly changes, so we have to adapt, and then all of your plans can be kind of thrown a monkey wrench into if somebody it's state land and all of a sudden there's somebody in the area that you were scouting or you were going to hunt, so you have to back up and punt and change. So we're just kind of putting our eggs in one basket tonight. Hopefully it's us, but I hope somebody shoots a deer. I told Jordan that my Michigan hat here is going to bring us luck. Of course, him being a Spartan fan, he's not too keen on my hat, so we're going to see what happens.
Well, the Michigan hat didn't bring us any luck. Once again, we did see deer, but never had a clean shot. This camp, like many others in Michigan, is more about the time spent with friends and family than the number of deer that end up hanging from the pole. Special thanks to Corey and the rest of the crew for letting me tag along on a couple of fun days of bow hunting here in Central Michigan.
Well, those bow camps are always a lot of fun, even if you don't have a lot of venison hanging on the pole. What we're going to do now is head down to southern Michigan for the duck opener. Now, most of the stuff that I actually could get on camera happened after we had already shot a limit of birds. It was a fast and furious duck hunt in southern Michigan.
The Southern Zone Duck Opener found me just outside of Hastings, driving through a rainstorm looking for a garage full of hunters. Aaron Hartman had contacted me about a little honey hole that they were headed to this opening morning.
Aaron, what's the plan here this morning?
So, the plan is to shoot a bunch of ducks.
Yeah?
Yeah. Hopefully the weather doesn't stop that plan from going through.
Little rain. Yeah, what are the conditions out here?
It's pretty wet. Pretty wet, little thunder,
Don't mind the lightning. Yeah,
yep.
never mind the lightning.
We'll have
typical
birds,
midsummer day in the middle of October.
Right.
But you got breakfast burritos, so that's a good start.
We got breakfast burritos, yep. Thanks to the wife. She did a nice job for us.
Yeah, good job.
And we're in a little pothole or river, or what are we going to be hunting?
We're on a creek that feeds Thornapple River that feeds Thornapple Lake.
Yeah. It's a stinky little marsh.
Yeah?
So we'll have a lot of
typical wood duck. Yeah,
is this where you go typically every opening day, or is...
Yeah, usually. Yeah, usually we've been hitting the spot, and it's been a pretty good honey hole every year for us. And
good.
Yeah.
Some of us.
All wood ducks mostly, or?
Yeah, wood ducks. We get an occasional lost mallard that pops in there, but...
Okay.
Yeah, mostly woodies.
Yep. All right.
So let me tell you, it was dark, it was pouring, and there were a lot of ducks getting ready to descend on our little spot. We had two guys up maybe 40 to 50 yards to our right. Aaron and one of his buddies were to my left. It was well past shooting time, but it was really hard to get the camera to see anything between the low light and the rain. So sit back and at least you can hear what the next few minutes sounded like.
Oh, nice shot. Whoa!
Well, it was fast and furious with a lot of shooting.
Well, I'm not sure what you can actually see for footage because it is pouring rain. We're here on the Southern Michigan Duck Opener. We're just a few, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes into the shooting light, and I think these guys might already have all their birds. We're on a little, there's some more flying right here. It's a great little spot, but super hard for video work. It's plenty of light enough to see and to shoot, and it's legal shooting hours, but it's hard on the camera. These guys just hammered the birds right off the get-go. They're just pouring down in here. So we're getting a count right now to see if they've already got their limit or what. But as far as footage goes, not much. But what a hunt! What a fun way to do this. But unfortunately, not great for camera. Yeah, Aaron, tell me a little bit about this spot here. Where are we at and what's going on?
We're in Berry County. It's my neighbor's place. It's just a little reservoir that kind of flows off the Mud Creek. Mud Creek runs right through the Thornapple Lake. So great spot. The wood ducks love it. At least through October till all the leaves fall off the trees. This spot's like this, as long as we give it a little break, we can expect to hunt pretty close to this every time.
Wow.
They're still coming.
So this hunt lasted what, 10 minutes maybe?
Yeah, usually about 10 minutes.
Oh, that's a pretty bird.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Now, are all these going to be wood ducks that we're seeing here today?
Absolutely.
Or? Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Aaron wasn't lying when he told me that this was a hot spot.
And how do we hook up with you?
Greenstone.
Yeah, what do you do for Greenstone?
I'm a country living loan officer in the Hastings branch.
Okay.
Work with any rural residents and part-time farmers. We do some recreational land loans and construction loans. We're doing a lot of construction loans. So.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the time you're out here in the duck marsh.
Yep. Anytime I can get out. Yep. Exactly.
Nice. Well, you got a little honey hole here.
Oh, it's sweet. It's a lot of fun.
I guess there was birds flying when you guys were shooting, but...
Yeah, there was a couple.
With a limit of woodies in the first 10 to 15 minutes, we were headed out. Even though the footage was a little rough, it's hard to beat a good morning with good buddies on a day where, really, well, only duck hunters would love.
Well, if you live anywhere or hunt anywhere in the northwest part of the Lower Peninsula, you may want to know about a sporting goods shop that just did its grand reopening, Shooters, just outside of Traverse City.
Earlier this fall, I was able to be a part of a very cool unveiling. Shooters, an outdoor shop just outside of the Traverse City area, was expanding. And boy, did they. We were there as part of the day, doing some radio, taking some footage, and meeting some folks during the grand opening. We are lucky in this state to have some really good outdoor shops, but there are some pockets that don't really have too many places for sportsmen to touch and feel the latest and greatest stuff. But from what I could see, they have it all here.
We are full service, both on the archery as well as firearm side. We do crossbows, compound bows, mount bore sight scopes, CPL classes, instructional classes as well for the new shooter. Get people dialed in with their bows down our back range. And we've got our techno hunt system, so guys that want to have, kind of that video game experience, we've got animals that you can shoot at. So.
This area was home to a few different outdoor shops, but they are no longer here, so Shooters is hoping to fill the void.
The community loves it. With some of the places closing down, unfortunately, we have a Gander Mountain here that it's closing, and we've lost MC Sports. Trying to find that niche and try and help the community so that way they have a place to buy their hunting and fishing supplies. So.
Dan Griffith, the owner, was also on hand today, enjoying all the folks throughout the day.
It's been fantastic. We've kind of kept it under wraps. So today's kind of the unveiling, kind of the open it up so people know. And a lot of our regular customers have been pretty surprised. It feels pretty good. It's nice for the community support. We want to be their go-to place.
A few of the national companies were also on hand today supporting the relaunch of this shop here in Traverse City.
Yeah, we're here at Shooters today, just celebrating a little bit of their basically their new opening. And we love to be in Michigan. We're a Michigan-based company. We're just supporting our Michigan dealers, just showing all the consumers our optics and our shooting accessories. Just happy to be a part of this event and support the local dealers.
So if you find yourself in the northwest part of the Lower and need to buy a new bow, see the latest Benelli shotgun, or just talk hunting and fishing, Shooters is open for business. I have to say their taste in displays, well, that might need some upgrading, but other than that, this is the place to be.
Thanks for joining us this week for Michigan Out of Doors. Make sure you check us out online next time you get a chance. You can do it a couple of different ways on our website at michiganoutofdoorstv.com or on social media at Michigan Out of Doors TV. We're on social media just about every day this time of year, letting you know where we are and where we're headed next, and we have a lot of stuff in store for you.
Well, that's right. There is so much going on right now here in the great state of Michigan. We're going to have some pheasant hunting over the next couple of weeks. We also have a UP grouse hunt / duck hunt. We also have some good bow hunting action, and there's just so much going on right now here in the great state of Michigan. And if we don't see it in the woods or on the water, hopefully we'll see it right back here next week on your PBS station.
Michigan Out of Doors is presented by Greenstone Farm Credit Services, making recreational land ownership possible across Michigan and northeast Wisconsin. Begin your land financing journey at one of Greenstone's 37 locations or visit greenstonefcs.com. By Metalloid Firearms and Sports, developers of environmentally friendly firearm maintenance products for cleaning and protecting your firearm's metal, as well as wood and leather components. On the web at metalloidfirearmsproducts.com. By Jay's Sporting Goods, with locations in Clare and Gaylord. Jay's has been serving the Michigan outdoor enthusiast since 1971, with a wide variety of outdoor products. The gear, the knowledge, the tradition of Jays. On the web at jsportinggoods.com. By the Michigan Petroleum Association and the National Oil Heat Research Alliance, advocating the advantages of oil heat for home and environment through products like BioHeat Oil, which blends biodegradable materials into a renewable fuel source. Learn more at oilheatamerica.com. Closed captioning provided by Marvo Mineral, makers of Lucky Buck, deer management products including minerals to supplement deer diets year-round to improve health and antler growth.
When I wander far away, a dream stays with me night and day. It's the road that leads to my home state. I am a Michigan man. Changing seasons paint the scene like rainbow trout in a hidden stream. The white-tailed deer in the tall pine trees. I am a Michigan man. I am a Michigan man. Ask where I'm from and I'll show you my hands. Lord above, I love this land. I am a Michigan man. From the Keweenaw down to St. Joe, Kalamazoo, East to Monroe, to St. Marie and back again. I am a Michigan man. I am a Michigan man. Ask where I'm from and I'll show you my hands. Lord above, I love this land. I am a Michigan man. Michigami, win, win, a song. I say